Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Business Spotlight. I'm your host today, Todd Rodden. I'm a certified executive and business coach. I own Aspire Action Coach based in the Dayton, Ohio area. And today I'm thrilled to have Sabah Drabu here with us. She is the co-founder and CEO of CookinGenie. I think you're going to love hearing her story and the service, hearing more about the service that she and her business team provide across the Midwest and growing to all kinds of other parts of the country. So if you're new to the Spotlight, we're thrilled to have you here today. We encourage you to like what you learned today, but also subscribe to the channel so you'll hear more messages from other inspiring business leaders like Sabah in the future. So Sabah, we're thrilled to have you here with us. We're excited to learn more about your entrepreneurial journey and CookinGenie. So take a second, introduce yourself, and how did you get started with CookinGenie?
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for having me here. Uh, I'm Sabah. I'm from India, Mumbai city, and I've been in US about 20 years. So every day, day to day, it's your routine and your, work and kids. And really how this came about was actually a conversation about our daily struggles, having good, fresh, home-cooked meals, which was, we took it for granted back home. But here it is, you face it every day. So really it was this conversation that got this whole concept. We started talking about it, me and my co-founder, and we just went over it in different, trying to solve this and like, how can we do this? We've heard about personal chefs, but they were not affordable, not accessible, and how do you find them? And all this, we kind of did some research, trial and error, and this is how it all came about, really.
So maybe take a second, just kind of describe what is CookinGenie, right?
Cooking Genie. Cooking Genie is, we are trying to create a marketplace. It's a platform for personal chefs. So if you're looking for Valentine's Day date night, if you're trying to plan Valentine's Day, for example, which is coming up soon, you go on our website, cookinggenie.com, and then you put your zip code. You find chefs near you, or, they're all the local chefs, they're near you. You look at their menus, basically just add to a cart whatever you like and set it up, and it's all end to end right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And the chef will come out to your house, prepare the meal, clean up
Uh-huh.
and everything,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah,
So,
bring the groceries, clean up. Yeah. And if you want it all set up in a fancy way, special occasion you're celebrating, they will do the plating. And, if you want full service, they'll do the full end-to-end service as well. Yeah.
yeah. Well, maybe talk about your role. So what's your focus as the CEO? Maybe talk a little bit about how your team is structured.
So CEO, I guess I'm putting out fires every day. I guess that's what every CEO feels like in the beginning when it's a startup, I guess. But yeah, being the CEO, I am, I have a small team here, and then, we outsource our technology work, and it's a US company, and, they outsource and they have another, unit, and they all work together with us day to day. So I work with our executive chef here, who is, he's from Cincinnati, and he has a great background. So he's really good at recruiting chefs, making them understand what our platform is, handling day-to-day operations, with the orders and things. Then we have another director of, she takes care of partnerships and events, managers. So she takes care of all that. So I work with them every day. So we have digital marketing, which is new to me last few years, dabbling into that. But word of mouth has been helpful in the beginning because we started just around the time of COVID. So that was not a great time to start, but that was really helpful in the beginning as well. So yeah, so day to day, as a CEO, I don't know, it's like jumping from, one little project to another, trying to
Okay.
just, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, wearing the many hats that
yeah,
the
yeah.
CEO and owners typically wear. So
Learning as I go. Yes.
maybe take a second before we go a little bit deeper on marketing. Just talk about what are some of the markets that you're in, and I know you've got a lot of growth expansion happening as well.
So we started in suburbs of Cleveland. So we were here, we are based locally. So we started here and then we expanded to the major cities in Ohio. So Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, now recently Dayton. Hocking Hills is a big one because that we started last summer and we've seen some really good traction there. And then we expanded because, Lexington is just across the border from Cincinnati. So we expanded into Kentucky a little bit. Louisville. And this last month, we expanded into the Florida area, the Miami market, and Tampa and Orlando. So the suburbs of all these big cities. And now we are stepping into DC. So that's how we are slowly trying to, expand.
All right, so we're growing very quickly. So many of our viewers that CookinGenie will probably be coming your way very, very quickly. So
I
if
hope
they're
so.
not already there. So um, now you talked a little bit about digital marketing. You mentioned that, and also the power of word of mouth. So what have been your primary marketing strategies? What seemed to work the best for you, and how do you go about executing
For
that?
sure, word of mouth, because that has been the best. It's like one person tries it, loves it, talks about it, or gets a gift card to gift their family or friend. They try it, and it just goes from there. So that has been definitely our number one way. And I guess it because this business there's the trust factor involved because somebody's coming to your home. It's very personal. It's your food. It's not some other service like fixing something broken in a bathroom or something. It's not, this is very personal. This is your food, right? I mean, this is what you eat, or your kids are going to eat, and your family's going to eat. So I think the trust factor is a big one. So word of mouth definitely is our biggest way for us to get the word around, for sure. But digital marketing, to grow in different areas, you need that as well, right? I mean, I don't have many friends and family in Florida. So,
So what are some of the tools you're using as you go into those new markets?
oh, trying to make some search engines super rich by doing ads.
Okay.
I'm just being silly, but digital, of course, organic content like writing blogs, is relevant to us. But of course, doing ads on Facebook and Google, that's a big one because that's how people actually find us. So they go to Google and that's how they're looking for us, right? I mean, the ones who don't know if there is a personal chef in service, and that's how they look, and they do their initial, or they're looking for ideas for baby shower, or anniversary celebration. So those digital ads do help us a lot.
So is there like a target type of customer? Is it usually someone's hosting an event and they've got a larger group, or could it be even down to just a couple wants to have a special dinner? I mean,
uh, what are your Valentine Day plans?
actually, I'm going to be on your website after this call.
Nice, I hope so. So so we are not really like catering, because catering is, the volume. And for us, it's because a chef comes to your home and is using your pots and pans and your stovetop. So it's all very limited. So it's a smaller group setting. So 2 to max 20-ish, depending on the experience of the chef. And they can set that in the chef app. So they can actually say that I'm comfortable cooking for like 6 people or like 16. So they set their own, comfort level. So their number of the max they can do. So it could be a bachelorette party. It could be a date night for Valentine's. It could be, a small rehearsal dinner. We have done all that. We have done a small wedding too. So, a group of 15, 18, I think they were about 18 people. We have done a small wedding. So, something which is more personal, and it's more experiential. So, they get the whole, one-on-one. It's the family actually, and, if it's family, like your get together. So family gets to engage with the chef. So it's very like, it's almost like an event in itself, having a chef home.
Yeah,
So
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So what's the one thing you wish people knew more about your business?
I think they should just close their eyes and just try it once.
Just try it.
I think once they try it, the first thing that people normally think of it is like, this is something that's for celebrities, right? I mean, you don't really think of a personal chef for yourself every month or every week. You don't, right? I mean, it's like something that only celebrities, famous, whatever, they think of this. I want people to just like pause and just try it once, because we are trying to make this accessible, affordable, and we are we are confident about our chefs because they go through extensive background check. They go through a taste testing. So we actually have them cook for one of us or one of our family friends, in the local areas. We have them taste test them, so we know for sure that somebody walking into your home is going to be, deliver. So just try it, I guess.
Just try it. Just do it. Right. Like we said, Nike, just do it. Right?
I don't want to be in trouble.
Oh, no. I said it. All right. So you've been in business a little over 4 years now. So what's been the biggest roadblock that you had to now you look back?
Starting just before COVID, I think that that is a big roadblock, like people not having their own family home, and nobody thought of having a stranger, a personal chef walking in. So the first 1 year was just a big setback for us. And but the only thing, a silver lining from that, was us getting the opportunity to work on the tech side, which is big for a platform. Obviously, that is what it is. So we actually got more time to refine it, to think it, and to flush out ideas. And so we could actually give more time to it. But again, being COVID, it's not that people are not going to have small parties. They want to celebrate 40th anniversary of their parents. They want to do small things. So we did slowly come out of it, like towards after a year or so. So that was a nice thing. So it went from just families to like having their immediate family. So it just slowly kind of, we were able to overcome.
Okay. So as the economy and the society opened up, you were able to get the kind of more larger type engagements as well, right? So maybe take a second. You mentioned getting the tech right. Talk about your app and some of the key capabilities it has. I think there's some interesting features there people may not naturally just think of. Right?
Yeah. So the app is we have two apps, obviously, one for the chefs and one for the customers. So we started with the chef app. So we just had a basic website first, but then we started the chef app because we realized that the chefs need to get some information, instantly. So like if they get a new order, the details of the order, the customer details, so they all get that on their chef app. Plus they can, manage their own availability, update their calendars, if they want to block off time, they can do that. So all that is part of the chef app. And then we have the customer app. Recently, we just launched it last month. So with that, the customers can, book really under a couple minutes. The first time takes, of course, a little bit longer. They're exploring, but then it's under a couple minutes they can actually book. And if they're doing a meal prep, it's really easy. Just go, reorder or something. So it's very easy for the customers to do via this. And the one feature that is, unique. I mean, now not unique, sorry. They're able to do is talk to the chefs instantly. So now they both can talk to each other. So they have instant communication. So that has been great because, allergies or running late or a flat tire, all that. So they're able to communicate very quickly now.
Okay. Yeah, no, great capability of really bringing the customer and the chef together. All right. Again, because it is a very personal interaction because you're inviting them into your home, right? So we talked about past challenges. As you look ahead, what's the biggest challenge you see on the horizon?
Yeah, new cities, new, challenges that we are not aware of, because when we are in a market, we are learning about, the different markets we step in. So being local, Cleveland suburbs, it was, for us, okay, fine. Now we need to get a test done. A new chef has come in. So, that was a challenge here, like being local, staying in. So now then we had to like look for, friends and families in different places, to test our chefs, or we had to go down ourselves. So, small challenges are like different for different cities. So now we are just like waiting to see what unfolds in the new markets we step in. But I think that's a lot of learning and growing. And we will see, similarities, and sometimes there will be opportunities for us to learn from them. And, hopefully that helps us with our other markets.
Well, that kind of leads naturally as you're growing in these other markets. I assume you're thinking differently about your team. So you mentioned before, yeah, I think they have an executive chef on staff. Maybe talk a little bit about the rest of your team, and how have you been growing and developing your team?
So because we are a startup, it's mostly contractors that have helped us, but we have a core team that is our executive chef, our my partnerships manager, the director. But with them, I'm able to we have, as the business grows, we are looking for more people to join us slowly. Whether it's through subcontractors or our the actually being a platform, the biggest is the technology, and that we work with this company that they actually support us, and that has been great as well. So now new markets, I'm sure our next will be to look for anchor chefs, like to have somebody who will probably help us, with the local, chapters, and managing them and managing the local chefs. So that's our, I think, the next, what we are working towards. Yeah.
So how do you find those chefs? Right?
So we just started posting on, the like Indeed and, the job sites. So that was the way we actually did that in the beginning, and it has been working. So we are like, okay, why change it? It's been working. Let's just stick with that. So, and then our chefs, after they have some success, they pass on and they refer other chefs as well, their friends, from their industry. So that has been great as well. So yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes we have random chefs from across the pond, like Africa and UK, and they're looking to join us, and we're like, we're not there as yet.
Okay. Yet. No, yet. Right.
Yeah.
Give us a little time. So as you look back on your journey now, what if you were starting all over? What would you tell yourself? And I always ask this because we have so many folks listening to this who are early on in their business ownership journey. So if you're starting
Um,
over, what do you wish you knew then that you know now?
there is definitely no 9 to 5, no weekends, and it's super fun though, because no matter what, if you love what you do, the next morning you wake up and you do it all over again, and doesn't matter if you're a little bit under the weather or not, you're excited to do it. So I think keep that in mind. If you're excited, if you're passionate, you will you will persist, I guess. you
Okay.
know yeah,
Love what you do and persist. All right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So where you talked a little bit about some of the new markets you're moving into, larger metros in Florida, the DC metro area. So what do you see? What's your vision? You look down 3, 5 years down the road. What do you see for CookinGenie?
Keep going, expand, more chefs, more cities, more states. Yeah.
So is there any
I'm
other?
an optimist, but that's what I am right now. So
So always being an optimist, I can see that because you're definitely passionate about what you're doing. But is it to continue to grow in the U.S.? Do you see this being something that could scale outside the U.S. eventually? Or? That's a
I hope
yes.
so.
That's
I
a
hope
yes.
so. We'll see. But yeah. But I think being early in the market, it's being fun. It's a lot of challenges, of course, because now there are no rules that we can, no like guidance, nothing really. You're just, experimenting, trial and error every day. So really it's exciting. So we'll see how it goes.
So, well, that the trial and error, right? Being truly a first mover, right? Where there's really not somebody else you can copy from, right?
Nothing. Nothing.
So how does that feel? And how have
Scary.
you had to change as maybe from as a leader to try to overcome maybe avoiding risk, or to be willing, you and your partners, to maybe take some more chances or to try some new things? How do you go
Oh,
about that?
you have to take some risk, right? I mean, that's what people have written in the past, right? You have to take a risk, but calculated. I think your team informs you. I mean, the research and, I mean, of course, I've made mistakes. It's not like every dollar spent was like a victory. No, but from that we learn, and you have the research and you see the stats, and you make a informed decision. And hopefully the next risk pays off.
So before we go to our last question today, what's the best way for folks to stay connected, to learn more about CookinGenie?
So, of course, we have the social platforms nowadays, like everyone else does. So, Instagram at cookin.genie, and then on Facebook, CookinGenie, one word. But our website, I think, is the best way to go about it, cookingenie.com, and just put in your zip code, address, find the chefs around you, explore, look at the menus, get hungry, book. That's, yeah, that's it. Of course, if
just
you have
just
questions,
try it, right? That's
try
it.
it. Yeah. Just try it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I encourage folks, go out and check it out on the website. Just a wide list of different, types of food options. You can think of it. They have it as an option on the site. So great diversity of different great food there. So Saba, as we look to wrap today, what are you most inspired by today?
Kindness. I think kindness is something that inspires me, and I feel that everyone, no matter how their mood is, internally they're kind, and that's what I always hope, and go with that. I hope to lead with kindness as well. So
Very good. Well, thank you for sharing your story. Exciting. You know, you and your team being really a first mover in this. There really doesn't seem to be a comparable offering out there, and great way to bring professional chefs tied in with customers to bring to their home for a unique experience. So thank you for sharing your story. Encourage folks who are listening to check them out on the website and on the other social channels as well, and just try it. And we're thrilled to have all the viewers here with us. Again, encourage you to like the message you heard here today from Saba, and also to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can receive future messages that we drop regularly on the Business Spotlight. So again, thank you, Saba, and I hope everyone has a terrific day. Thank you.
thanks, Todd. Bye.